Naked and Afraid Castaways Season 1 Episode 7 review. So we're 7 episodes in, and I just want to mention how much I dislike the series. What started off as very promising, unfortunately turned out to be very disappointing. And if there was some sort of silver lining in all of this, it would be that Episode 7 essentially confirmed some of my suspicions from the past several episodes. Now in this episode, we see the team of Heather, Patrick, and Andrew migrating from their original shelter. Now we as the audience are led to believe that this team does not have access to a map, that they have no idea where they're going, and they're aimlessly walking to find a better area to camp. And after 5 hours of traveling, the team just happens to run into Balint. Now I know that the island that serves as the location for the challenge isn't the biggest island in the world, but you can't expect me to believe that the cast members are able to find each other without a map or any sort of directions from production. To me, it never made any sense, and for the show to suggest otherwise would be an insult to everybody's intelligence. But when the team finally bumps into Balint, he greets the new team the only way Balint knows how to greet uninvited guests, and that is by being very direct with his feelings about them, but also offering them some of the pig meat that he caught earlier. So Balint and the uninvited guests spark up a conversation, and Balint informs them that he plans to transport all the pig meat several miles south to meet up with Kara and Naeem so they can eat the meat and migrate back north and then some, which was a plan that probably didn't make much sense to Andrew, Heather, and Patrick when they first heard it. After all, the plan relies on Kara and Naeem actually being in a place where Balint could find them without the use of a map or navigational tools. But later that day, Balint then changes his plan and decides to migrate north with Heather, Andrew, and Patrick because it would be a waste of resources to go through the original plan. So when I heard about Balint's new plan, I knew that production had to have been feeding Balint some information about Kara and Naeem. Or Balint may have simply refused to go through with such an idiotic plan, which caused production to get Kara and Naeem to build a raft so that they could sail north instead of walking back the way they came. But speaking of Kara and Naeem, there's not really much to talk about with them for the episode. They spent most of their efforts helping Justin, who was extremely sick with fever and the runs. But as much as it frustrated Justin to get medically tapped from the challenge, it was for a good reason, because he had dysentery and he would have likely died if he didn't have any kind of treatment for it. Nevertheless, prior to Justin getting tapped out, Kara and Naeem decide to abandon their plan of waiting for Balint, and they travel north with Justin. And to me, this decision let me further know that the fix was in, because it would be pretty messed up for Kara and Naeem to let Balint travel all the way to meet them and they not be there. But as luck would have it, as Kara and Naeem are relaxing near a beach, they are met by Heather, Patrick, Andrew, and Balint. And that's pretty much how the episode ends. So I'm assuming that next week's episode will be the season finale. And according to the intro for the show, Naeem and Patrick will bump heads at some point during the episode. However, it seems like everybody that's remaining will finish the challenge out. And I don't think that I can reiterate this enough, but the series thus far has been a huge disappointment, and I really have no interest in seeing any future seasons of Castaways if the showrunners don't change up the formula of the show going forward. But that's my opinion, and I would like to know what you all think about this episode. Feel free to leave all comments below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.